So my name is Bethelle McPherson, and I came to Idaho Vision Development Center because I was struggling with a lot of kind of really weird symptoms, and I'd been to all kinds of specialists and no one could give me any answers on anything. I had horrible headaches, it was messing with my sleep, I was fatigued all day, I would get double vision, I would get blurry vision. Anytime I went to an eye doctor, they were like, you have 20/20 vision, your eyes are super healthy. I don't know, maybe try a slight prescription, it might make things a bit better. Never did. And then I actually had one of my family members send me an article about binocular vision dysfunction. And so that was kind of what led me to searching for anybody that knew about BVD or could diagnose it in the area. And that's how I found Idaho Vision Development Center. So I scheduled with Dr. Nielsen and we went through the testing and everything, and yeah, BVD and a whole bunch of other things. And so that's kind of what led me here and what started it all. Vision therapy, it was super awesome. I mean, I worked with Mitch and he was fantastic. There were actually a couple of different exercises and points where I was like, oh, I'm getting it. And in my very first session with Mitch, he kind of explained about luster, which is making sure you're looking through both eyes. And when I got that, I was like, wow, the world feels lovely and nothing hurts anymore. And so that was really cool because that was really early on. And then as we kind of progressed, that eye control, learning how to like move and look at things. There were a couple we did, bullseye, where you kind of look through and jump in perceptions, and those ones, at first they were really difficult. My brain would say I'm looking at the spot and my eyes would be somewhere completely different. And so learning to control that was really cool because I was like, oh, I can see the thing I'm looking at now. So that was awesome. I was about 3/4 of the way through my treatment when I did OMST. So OMST was a really interesting process. It's kind of long because you have 2 weeks in clinic where you come in every single day, and then you have I think it's 18 days afterwards where you have a home light that you do in the morning and right before bed. I definitely felt a whole bunch of changes happening when I was on the table in clinic and afterwards. I felt that my brain was really trying to figure out how to start everything from scratch. I had a lot of changes with my depth perception, which was something I had been struggling to make progress with in therapy. And I remember there was one particular day where it was a new color of light that it was the first time I'd had it. And I walked out of that session and was like, wow, I can see all of the depth. I know where things are. And I was driving home and I was like, this is crazy. It's like Technicolor life. It was super cool. When I started OMST, and especially when I started therapy, pretty much any room would be uncomfortable for me to be in, and that's just with normal lighting, let alone bright fluorescent lighting. And over the course of OMST, I definitely felt a lot more comfortable with the lights. I was prescribed some glasses with Prism and with Omega Tint, and I used to wear those religiously at work to help with the headaches. And through the course of OMST and the home care, I found myself not needing them as much. And it was super amazing because it took all of the building blocks that I had been working on with Mitch and smoothed them. So they were all seamless and effortless and connected with each other without me having to do the work to connect everything. 95% of my symptoms are gone. I sleep wonderfully. My headaches are very infrequent and not nearly as bad as they were, which means that work is not miserable every single day with overhead fluorescent lighting and long hours looking at screens. So all of that has been just absolutely amazing. And then little things like driving. Driving, you have to change where you're looking all the time, and I would just feel so horrible even in a 30-minute drive. And now I can drive hours, and sure, you know, there's a little bit of eye strain, everyone experiences that, but nothing like it was. You have no idea how you see affects every single part of your life. You have no idea how much a small change can make your life infinitely harder or infinitely easier. I mean, I had 20/20 vision, perfect vision, no eye doctor would ever say anything about my eyesight, and yet I was having a pretty poor quality of life. And I didn't have any super crazy miraculous, now I can read when I couldn't before, but my life is 10 times better than it was. And until you experience that, until you actually have those strains and struggles removed, you have no idea how much easier life can be.